Welcome to the Lao Jiaos Podcast. This is where we bring you unfiltered and unapologetic take on the news, current affairs, and all the things people pretend to understand. I'm your host, Jing Yong, and with me is fellow Lao Jiao, someone we haven't seen in quite a while, Brandon. How are you doing?
What's up?
The one who made the what's up famous.
Yeah.
Yeah, so how have you been, Brandon?
Tired, getting ready for baby number 2. We'll share more later about what the escapades that we'll be having.
How many more days or how many more weeks is it to the delivery?
About 2 to 3 more weeks. And because my wife and I, we are, for those of you that know us, we are a bit bigger size. So the baby is already like on the good size for birth already. So it's like almost any time already. Yeah.
Because my own brother also had his baby on Valentine's Day. They were supposed to be, their due date was supposed to be first 2 weeks of March, but I think like in your case, they were both very tall, then baby was very big, so it came out like in advance, and even then he was about 3.2 kg. Then I'm like, this is damn big a baby.
That's very big.
I want to ask, because you actually travel quite often and you said that you would like to travel to Japan. Did you see the video that recently went viral about the 21-year-old being stabbed in the Pokemon Center?
Yeah. I saw the TikTok video about that. It was quite crazy. You see like people running around, confused.
Yeah.
At first I thought it was like some random stabbing, but then I saw that it was actually a girl that actually made a report about her stalker, right?
Yeah.
Then after that, the stalker in the end came to stab her, and then after that he stabbed himself, and there was no way to survive the stabbings.
Correct. So like Brandon, the first video I watched of this is just people running around, and they were speaking in Japanese. There were no subtitles. Then I didn't know what happened. Then I saw the comments. Then they said that that stabbing happened, and then the staff were trying to evacuate everyone from the store, and then some actually stayed back to sort of check on their colleague and try to make sure everyone get out safely lah. But like Brandon said, the girl died because she was stabbed, and then the guy also died because he stabbed himself lah.
Yeah, they stabbed. It was a stab to the neck, so there's really no way to survive that lah. Yeah.
When you see this story, right, does that make you scared to travel, because it seems like things are getting crazier nowadays?
I would say the other news in regards to the other countries, like especially
Crazy.
all the other tensions. Yeah. Those are making me more scared, because if this was a random stabbing, right, then of course I'll be a bit afraid. But this was a very targeted, like, I stalked this person. Like, I believe in like a lot of countries, foreign countries, they have a lot of this kind of thing. It's just that Japan, of course, is honestly quite a rare occurrence, because you would think that Japan is very safe. It's not like the Taiwan one. The Taiwan would make me a bit scared to travel. Correct.
The one is random,
Yeah, random and like it's mass. It's like, I don't care who I want. I'm trying to hit as many people.
Regardless, you go overseas or in Singapore, right? There's this tendency that crazy things will happen, right? It doesn't mean that you don't go out of the country means that Singapore don't have crazy things that happen. We have stabbings, we have like gang fights, this kind of thing also. In a lot of the comments, people say that actually there has to be better laws for what's that thing called? Stalking, right?
Yes.
Because a lot of time, right, the police always say stalk, we can't do anything unless the guy like he exhibits signs that he will turn violent, then they will step in. But a lot of times the psychological stress about like someone stalking you, and then by the time they take action, is most of the time it's too late already.
It's quite crazy that like it's not very uncommon to hear like this kind of stalking trend, especially in Japan. If the girl never made a report before, right, then it's like like who would have known? But this girl literally felt felt scared, and that's the reason why she made a police report. But in the end, nothing was done, and in the end, she really did die, and that means she was really right to be afraid, But then nothing was done.
I don't know about other countries. I know in Singapore we have this thing called Citizens on Patrol, where people volunteer their time, to patrol the area to make it safe. So I thought we can tap on that. If let's say somebody report that I'm being stalked, right? But police say we can't step in the sense that the guy haven't exhibited violent behaviors yet. Then I feel that we can use the Citizens on Patrol to like sort of, you escort the girl home, or like, this is a trusted person in the community that is, stepping up to do volunteer work. Then I feel that you give them more assurance lah. So I thought that that's something that we can all consider, as part of like this kind of method to sort of help people, if they are being stalked lah. Yeah.
Correct.
It's just a very sad thing lah, because stalkers, this kind of thing, then things get violent, then the worst is that they can't even like question him to find out what's going on, because both of them die already.
It's really very sad.
To sort of change the topic and on a brighter note, we can move on to the segment of the week. And since Brandon is back, can I ask Brandon to share your segment of the week and what is it about?
So my segment of the week is actually what I've been busy with. So my number 2 is coming. I've been scrambling to get a lot of like things prepared for the newborn. There are a lot of people who are rushing to go to the Mummy's Market, the expo, there's Mother Care Expo. And it's always going to be very long crowd. And they do have quite a lot of free gifts. So honestly, if you've never been to this kind of expo before, it's good to go check it out. So for those people who are looking for alternatives and know what they already want, similar to what a lot of the Singaporeans are doing in regards to their petrol, we go to JB.
Yes. You're not the first one to say that. My brother also went JB.
That's the thing, right? Like when we first started reading up and go to JB buy, but at the same time you also want to be sure that it's clean, it's safe. Especially if you're buying milk powder, is this you're a bit worried that whether is there any difference or not. The place that actually we found that actually quite a lot of Singaporean parents are going to already. So for those of you who don't know, this place is called Little Genius.
Yep.
So it's at Tebrau 3. It's I think three levels of all just baby things, and it's really much. I wouldn't say much cheaper, but it's really at a discount. And usually when ringgit was a bit weaker, it was even better. But of course now ringgit is getting stronger, so the discount won't be as much. But the advice is that you can pay 3 ringgit to be a member, and you get a lot of further discounts, like bundle packs. So there are really a lot of people who go in to buy people looking for a stroller, your car seats, like Higan milk bottles. This is what personally we get. So the milk teas, then milk powders. A lot of people who are uncomfortable with baby powder, but what they always buy is Pampers. They have literally an entire corner full of Pampers. Yeah. This is really a really good place, a hidden gem to go check it out for those new parents out there. And you can go on a weekday. So usually maybe Tuesday, Wednesday is I think when they restock. So that when you go drive there, right, you can see outside the building is almost half or 3/4 is all Singaporean cars.
Actually, I have to say, Brandon, what you just described, right, is actually about 70-80% of what my brother described to me. Went the same place, he also said a lot of Singaporean car. Also came back with, he said, strollers and all this. Some things he didn't buy, like milk powder, he didn't buy there, but he bought a lot of Pampers.
Pampers, yes. Because I understand Singaporeans, especially us, right? We are a bit worried about what people especially when baby put in things that baby consume. Yeah. But people wear the Pampers they wear on the outside, and it's the same brand, exactly as the same thing as what you're getting in Singapore. If for those of you who are scared, because JB is so nearby, right? You can just buy a tester kit. If your kid really likes, that's my advice. Buy a small packet first. You try, you go back and buy. You see people buy it's literally an entire trolley worth of Pampers, maybe 2-3 months in a row. I would have rather keep it secret because but I already went already.
Unless you're going to get a third lah, that one is a different story.
That's a different story. But I already went, I already got my stuff, so you all can flood the place.
So before we get into our episode, a word from our sponsor. This week's episode of the Chit Chatter is brought to you by our friends at CityMusic, your one-stop shop for all things music and podcast related right here in Singapore. Whether you're picking out your first instrument, upgrading your setup, or starting a podcast, CityMusic has you covered. From guitars, keyboards and amps, microphones and full podcast setups, cameras, lighting and streaming gear, everything you need to create, record and perform at the highest level is all in one place. They also carry a wide range of microphones for every budget. Some of us at the Chit Chatter even use the Zoom ZDM1, a solid podcast mic that delivers great quality at nearly half the price of many popular options. If you're looking to start your own music or podcast journey, be sure to check out CityMusic's website or head down to their store today. A big thanks to our friends at CityMusic for supporting the Chit Chatter. And now back to the episode. Okay, so on to our main news segment. I think this one nobody in Singapore won't know about the news, and that is actually about Amos Yee being released from Changi Prison on bail. So for some context, his return to Singapore came after a long stretch abroad. He left Singapore in 2016, received asylum in the US, was convicted there for child sex offences before being deported back on March 19, 2026. Arrested in Changi Airport on the next day by enlistment inspectors and charged under Singapore Enlistment Act for allegedly failing to complete pre-enlistment requirements and leaving the country without a valid exit permit. And after his first court appearance, he was later granted $10,000 bail, which his mother posted allowing his release from Changi Prison. Now, there was a video that actually went out on news parties interviewing him after his release, and a lot of people were very angry because they thought that they're giving him a platform to talk. So what is your thoughts about this whole media situation, Brandon?
I hate it. I honestly hate this Amos Yee news, because the thing is, it really is the fact that Like, I don't understand why these news networks just giving him even more attention. And this is exactly what he wants. You can tell he's so smart about it, right? When the news people are interviewing outside the prison, right? Like, there was literally no like remorse, no guilt, no nothing. It's just that it seemed like he's happy to be where he is.
It's very clear that he did something wrong. That's why you went so hard on him, give him so much like warnings, and then that's the reason why he ran to US and never come back. Then now he come back. Then I don't know why you are like interviewing him like, and then giving him this platform and then making him speak again when obviously this guy won't shut his mouth. He will really say, I'll carry on my political activism here in Singapore. So he's not going to shut up. It's just that he's going to do it in a different manner, because these are the people that you thought they were creating political unrest because they spoke too much or they spoke the wrong thing. And then now you're giving him the platform to say this. I feel like it's a very double standard.
Irritating thing about him is he's very eloquent.
Yeah.
So the things he says, right, it sounds like it makes sense, but it really doesn't. When you really break down whatever he's saying, right, it's provoking to push people into just hating the law for the fact of for what the law is. Some of the young people listen to him and say, "Oh yeah, he makes a lot of sense." And I'm just like, wow, just like, oh, this is.
I would say a lot of things he say, right, they are missing a lot of context, and they are missing a lot of, how do you say, it's too extreme, right? And then you because you are so extreme, it's very easy to incite certain feelings
correct,
sort of prompt a lot of negative feelings about the government to
and that's the reason why US love him at the start, because like, he took like certain things out of context, like he took out like laws like they say it's very outdated, then he push it to the extreme, then he say like, wow, it's against human rights.
But the only one that lost in this whole thing seems like to be his mother, because his mother posted bail for him, right? And then now a lot of people are going hard on the mother also, like, hey, why are you posting bail for him? Are you like encouraging the wrong, encouraging the wrong actions about your son? And then I feel that as a parent, some part of you still want to believe that your son, should be good, and you can't leave him in a lurch,
Correct. What can you do? Unless you tell me the bill is like 500,000, then okay lah, it's a bit extreme to really do that. But if it's $10,000 as a mother, right? How can you leave your son in jail just for not want to post bill?
Poor thing lah, the man. Yeah. Of all the things, right, you charge, right, like political activism and whatnot, you charge him for missing NS.
There's so many other things to charge him for, but it's really just very weird. So
if there's a piece of advice I can give Amos Yee, right, I would say please consider not just yourself, and consider what your words and actions are doing to your family. So if you know what's right for you, please do what is right. Okay, not just for yourself, but for your family. Okay, there are a lot of other ways that you can do what you think is right, or trying to spread the right message or whatnot. But please think about your family and the effect you have on them. Enough about him. The second news, I think Brandon touched about this just now, about the rising petrol costs in Singapore. Due to the whole situation in the Middle East, there has been a lot of videos circulating about Singaporeans complaining about the price of petrol. Also videos of BMW owners pumping V-Power and adding it up to $300. In tandem to this, a lot of Singaporeans have been going to Malaysia to pump petrol, and it has been shown that Malaysia are actively going to reinforce strict punishment for foreign cars. They are pumping subsidized petrol, which was something we talked about in previous episode. Now, I personally don't drive, but Brandon, do you feel that the bite of the petrol prices going up, and do you observe other Singaporeans complaining about this as well?
Yes, I do drive into pump petrol every week. The price is really too crazy in Singapore.
Yeah,
like, it went up so much. Even my dad was just saying, like, because he pumps. The crazy thing is he pumps diesel. Wow, diesel is usually cheaper than petrol, right? Now diesel is $4 per liter. Wow. That is like more expensive than V-Power it was in the past. Shell just increased it to $4. Your full tank is about maybe $90 to $100. Now it's almost like 30% more expensive to 50%. And you're pumping this is something occurrence that you're pumping every week. It really eats at you. It's really very painful. Then right across the border, right, the people who are pumping 95, right, they're just damn retarded. I honestly don't understand people why. It's like, it's stupid that you're already getting a discount when you're going overseas, and why you want to make trouble for yourself and the people around you just to save a few extra cents per liter. You're already getting a very big discount, and no matter how much. Every week since the war started, right, Malaysia has increased the price of the 97. Every week consistently. They always increase it on Wednesday night. So on Thursday morning. So if you want to beat it. Yeah, but it's really quite insane that really, especially those people who drive the Continental cars, right, they really feel it a lot. They really feel it a lot, because it's like even for my own mom who drives a BM, right, she used to pump V-Power. It eats at her, but she has to pump 97 already because it's too expensive already.
The area I stay got quite a few landed estate and condos, So a few days ago, I started observing like really the petrol stations are so many people queuing up, like eating up all the way to the main road. Then I asked my brother, Then he said that most drivers feel that because the petrol price is going up almost every other day or almost every day, So now drivers feel that, okay, 今天这个价钱 I have to
lock
fill
it in.
Because you won't know later 4-5 days down the road how much it will cost again. Yeah.
Correct.
So my next question before I move on to the third news is that would you consider switching to EV
Electric
now?
car.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's why I was talking to the kindergarten, right? All the parents were just talking about their cars. It's just like, wow, all those people who at one time were thinking of changing EV, right? Wow, this will make a damn good decision.
Yeah,
like, really they're celebrating now. They are laughing to the bank. They're just thinking, all these things has there's literally nothing to do with them. Wow.
Nobody foresee this coming because there was no foreshadow. There wasn't like any teaser. It just suddenly
correct.
Then the prices just
exploded.
Like a few days. Although EV expensive right? But once you see US do this like once you never know when's the next one coming, and then you won't know when's the next oil price surge come again. Yeah. So I mean, if you can afford it, I think it's a good choice to change to EV now. Our third news is that former Fernville Primary School teacher was sentenced to 22 months jail for stalking and performing sexual acts on a student primary school. Okay. The case began when she taught him mathematics for 2 years and the relationship later escalated when he was still underage. When he ended it in 2023, she allegedly stalked him, which led to a police report. Now, the court sentenced the 35-year-old woman to 22 months jail after she pleaded guilty to sexual exploitation of a child and causing sexual penetration by a minor with other charges considered in sentencing. The Ministry of Education had already suspended her from duty in March 2024 and she was no longer teaching in any school by the time the charges were brought. Now, what was your initial reaction when you read about this news story, Brandon? And was this actually your first time hearing about something like this, or do you feel that it's more common that the public knows?
Honestly, I think I saw this on TikTok first. Firstly, I saw this on TikTok. I have actually heard friends previously, right, that had this kind of occurrence before. I think now with social media, it's a lot more prominent that like we get caught. Yeah. I literally had a friend had a relationship with the teacher.
Oh.
Then relationship was taken advantage of. Then only maybe like when the person turned 20 something, right? Then he met the teacher for closure to say the teacher said sorry, she shouldn't have done that.
Every few months we will hear one case about male teacher exploiting females, right? There's always that news every few months. But I think this time what shocked me was that number one is the female teacher preying on the student. And then number two, right, is primary school teacher. I didn't know until I read, I'm like, primary school teacher, the max the kid can be is 12 years old.
12 years old. And I think he was 11 only. And that's the shocking part. It's like, how you, and someone she was already 28. So she's like falling in love with someone who really could be almost her son already.
And the guys stopped it. And she still stalked him, she wanted to continue.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's just that there's a difference between males and female. I don't know if I can say this, but my ex-school OM or teacher, right, had a inappropriate relationship with like a secondary school girl. It was like 20 plus 30. But it's relationship. It's not like molest or like take advantage of his relationship, but just that it's damn weird and it's still against the law because you're underage. But you can see that he's usually used gifts and whatnot to like bluff the person. Yeah. But for girls to guys, right, it's like usually it really is a relationship.
This, right, because of how often this kind of news appear, right? Nowadays when I'll go to school to conduct like workshops or like let's say I got some 4-5 week course with the school, right, that I'm either in the capacity of an instructor or as a facilitator, right, I become very, very very cautious and very, very like need to draw a line with the females, especially the female students. Because like you too touchy with them, you like buddy, or like you laugh, or you let them hug you. Wow, I tell you, I very worried what the teachers will see, because I'm a male and then like 30 plus already. Then can you imagine this kind of 15, 16 years old or 14-year-old girl? Like, wow. I feel that,
it's a borderline now. There's really too much news. But the crazy thing is that, like, actually, honestly, she wouldn't have got caught, right? Of course, the guy she stopped. The guy just ended it. I believe he'll reach a point where, really, what can you all talk about? Talk about the schoolwork that she gave him.
I mean, their perspective of life is still quite limited, right? So I also don't understand what she. I don't know, maybe she got fetish.
I saw the thing. It's like she actually like threatened, say that he wants to see her die. She can't live without him. I was just like, are you like? It sounds like you're the one in primary school. Why? Like you were never in a relationship before, man. I was like, I don't understand. It's crazy.
I feel that some of these teachers, right, they take into consideration that these students are young, impressionable. How to say, 没有见过世面开, and easy to like lie to, easy to like how do you call that? emotionally trap them like that. That's why they make certain decisions like how do you say to like start relationship with them, and then you show them a bit of more care and concern, then they feel like, hey, this teacher like me, then can think about something even more than just teacher-student kind of thing.
Something similar happened in USA. They call it like grooming, right? Like you groom,
yeah, correct.
You groom the person that you want because you have like authoritative like control over this person. Yeah.
But because nowadays, like on TikTok and whatnot, this kind of topics has become normalized. Like how to say? Because there's shows. I watch so much stand-up comedian use this as a joke as well. Every time they ask their audience, and suddenly this one age get very big, then they'll like track back with like this one like something wrong. Then it sort of normalizes this, but I would like to caution that end of the day is on you lah, right? Sometimes if you allow it to go too far and then it damages you as a person physically or mentally, then no one wins in this whole thing lor. I mean, no amount of your parents or us nagging at you is going to make a difference except yourself lah. Because I'm always that kind of thing that I feel that you have to be strong enough and mentally sound enough to say that this has to stop, or like this is getting too far lah. Yeah. Okay, so before we end the whole episode, we would like to go with a round of quick fire news for the Alamak meters. So I want Brandon to rank this news smart, dumb, or just plain Alamak. Okay, so the first news is that a video circulating in Singapore shows a youth taking a straw from an iJuice kiosk, licking it and putting it back to a dispenser, sparking public outrage over hygiene and vandalism concerns. Reports said that iJuice was investigating while school was also looking into the student involved.
Plain dumb. I really just... I don't understand what this person is doing. And someone, and that's the reason why I always say that I stopped buying iJuice for Bradley, because a lot of kids, a lot of kids love iJuice, and I hate it that he did it to like iJuice like vendor, like vending machine.
This one I agree with you is plain dumb, and it also go back to the same thing that I discussed with Taeyang before. Why do people so dumb? You all know that this is wrong, then you still film yourself and post yourself doing dumb things. This one, what I don't understand. Heineken's Asia Pacific Brewery Singapore is winding down large-scale tiger beer production at its Tuas Brewery by the end of 2027 and shifting brewing to Malaysia and Vietnam. The move is expected to affect about 130 jobs over the next 2 years.
It's a bit sad. Tiger beer used to be like the one thing that you can say like, oh, this is brewed in Singapore.
Yeah.
This is like like icon, like
Singapore
really
brand.
Singapore brand. This is one of my biggest local brand beer. But now it's not going to be like a local brand. It's a local brand made in overseas.
It's smart on the company
Financially
side because they're saving a
financially
lot of costs. Okay, but it's a Alamak in the sense that now we don't have a really Singapore created, Singapore manufactured brand anymore lah. Like Brandon said, you can only say is what created in Singapore or began in Singapore, founded in Singapore kind.
Yes,
Yeah.
I really hope that they actually change leave like after they close the factory, right? They make it into like their R&D department, or maybe like something similar to their Amsterdam Heineken experience. You just keep a small part of the brewery but it's more like a tour, like a show.
Yeah.
That people can go and enjoy, and then it's like, and people will, because like end of the day, when tourists come to Singapore, you go to overseas, right? One of the few places you go and check out is their breweries. Very good tribute, and it still remains the fact that when you say that it's brewed in Singapore, that it actually still is brewed in Singapore, although very small. That is just like a small portion of it.
The last news is 37-year-old woman visited Smart Cat Head Spa in Chinatown on March 25, about a week before her due date, and went into labor shortly after her beauty session. Now, the beautician said she was panicking, but helped the woman through the situation until the baby was delivered, turning an ordinary spa appointment into an unexpected birth story that quickly drew attention online.
Smart. This is amazing news. I just like completely mind blown when I heard the news.
The beautician going to work like, oh, it's just a normal day today. Then suddenly the woman in front of you, 我很像要生了 eh. Then like,
suddenly deliver a baby eh. She did a gynae's job eh.
Yeah.
She go to Mount Inovina, she can take 20k.
Deliver a baby safely,
Safely. Wow, kidding safely. I was just so impressed that everything went well.
Yeah.
But honestly, that's the thing. That's so scary. That's a scary thing when it's your second. I believe this is like her second or third child.
Yeah.
And usually, as it gets faster and faster, it's like you don't even have time to prepare.
I still remember the comment section, right? Somebody still asked, so did she get her nails done? The spa actually still replied, yes, she got her nails done, and the baby was safely delivered. I mean, what the hell? That's
the 重点. We still did our job. Everybody
wins.
Yeah, everybody wins. Got a bonus.
Alright, that was Lao Jiaos Podcast. If you enjoyed the episode, please remember to like and subscribe. If an episode that comes out every Friday, but at the same time, if the football with the football activity that drops every Wednesday, and our Cool People show where we interview fun and amazing guests from around Singapore every Monday. Now, we hope that everyone has a great week ahead, but remember,
we don't always talk car.
But sometimes we do.
Ooh, 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 ooh.